Okay, what do you wish you would have known about leadership and pastoral ministry in your 20s and 30s?
I wish I had learned that leadership is not all about the leaders. That leadership, that the ship part is so important, that it's about others.
What one thing do you wish you'd done differently early in your ministry?
I forgot that one.
That's fine.
I forgot the
How about
answer.
What's one discipline or activity you have found most helpful in your ministry?
To get some rest.
What's one behavior or trait that you have seen derail more pastoral leaders' careers, or what's a mistake you see repeatedly made?
When pastors think that the burden of ministry lies on them alone, and they take on the full responsibility without delegating.
Okay. How do you keep God your number one priority, Courtney your number two, your three kids your number threes, and local church ministry, the seminary, all that other stuff, not falling into one of those priority slots?
You know, I think very much about 1 John when it says that if you have fellowship with others, you can also have fellowship with Christ. So I try to be intentional, making sure that my other relationships include Christ in it, and that it's not just relationships, but a true fellowship with my wife, with my kids, with work, and I take very seriously that even in that I'm having fellowship with Jesus.
You already talked about the rest being important, but how do you separate yourself from work to rest? Like, how do you keep a Sabbath, maintain healthy rhythms?
That's a great question. It is personally very difficult, so I invite other people to help me with that. I let other people speak into my life and help me set some boundaries so that I can find the right balance.
One book you would recommend every pastor should read?
A book that changed my life was Surprised by Hope by N.T. Wright.
Awesome. How about a conference or podcast or webinar or sermon or video, like more like something they should participate in or listen to or watch?
A conference that I really enjoyed was CCDA, and just listen to different podcasts about culture in generally. I think that's very helpful.
So, when faced with two great opportunities, how do you decide which one to go with?
I personally pray and invite other people to give me advice and share their wisdom. And if it's two great opportunities, it's actually very difficult. So I also tend to wait a little longer before I make up my mind.
So when it comes to ministry, what do you believe is the smallest change a pastor can make that can have the biggest positive result?
I think the smallest change that a pastor could make to have incredible results would be to make sure that others are more successful than self. So set up other people to be more successful than yourself.
And what are you currently doing to ensure you continue to grow and develop as a leader?
I personally, I'm a learner, so I love studying, I love learning, and my favorite is I love learning from the mistakes others make. So I'm a learner of what other people are doing.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Luigi. Look at that. Boom.